Hi everyone, wanted to wish you a very happy spring. According to the Ayurvedic calendar, the official start of the spring season is March 14th. So here we are, and during this season, the Kapha dosha, or the Ayurvedic bioforce made up of the earth and water elements, is really strong in the atmosphere. This is a time when we might physically feel heavy. We may feel weighted down emotionally. We may feel a lot of lethargy and sadness and feelings of grief that are coming to visit us now that maybe have been there for a while but we weren't aware of until now. This is therefore a really important time to evoke the fire element in your life. In Ayurveda, the fire element has a really critical role to play in maintaining our overall digestion. Digestion is considered the key to overall health in Ayurveda, and to have a healthy digestion, we need to have a balanced fire in our body. The Ayurveda sages have actually even poetically envisioned your digestion to be like a fire. We want that fire to be in a balanced state. If the fire of your digestion is too much, then you will feel your stomach growling all the time and you'll have a really voracious appetite. No amount of food can satisfy you in that case. No matter how much you eat, you never seem to gain weight. If you have a really low fire, then it feels like whenever you eat, the food just sits in your body for a long time and doesn't really make you feel hungry again. If you eat maybe once a day and you don't feel like eating again, then it may be that your fire is not very active, that it's a low burning fire. And in some cases, we may have a variable fire where our hunger levels go up and they go down. Our ability to eliminate our food changes from day to day, and we feel like our digestion is as unpredictable as the wind. That is a variable digestion, and that makes our life really difficult. When we have situations like irritable bowel syndrome, for example, that's a really good example of when the digestive fire has become so variable that it alternates between loose motions and difficult to eliminate motions. What we want to have for our health is what's called as Sama Agni. Agni is like a sacred fire, and your digestion is envisioned to be like that Agni. We want to have a balanced or Sama Agni to be able to be fully healthy and live a fully integrated, balanced, happy, healthy life. The fire element is something that lives inside of your body, and it is part of what is called as Manipura chakra, or your solar plexus chakra. This chakra is located around the area of your stomach. More than a physiological center, however, the chakras themselves are really like different layers of your mind. And when we're talking about really bringing about a balance to your third chakra, we are talking about igniting a mental fire. When we have a good physical fire, it translates to having a really sharp and active mental fire, or mental cognition, or ability to discern and use your intelligence and apply it to different situations. That's because the physical and the mental are so deeply intertwined as per Ayurveda. Because Ayurveda is a spiritual tradition and a spiritual science, we have a very interesting understanding of the chakra system. We understand that there are actually different deities which are connected with our different chakras. Connected to the third chakra, or your solar plexus chakra, which is ruled by the element of fire, is a very fiery goddess named Goddess Chandraganta. She is someone who is holding lots of weapons, and she's riding a lion. She lives supposedly in our abdomen, in our belly, and she is helping us to devour all grief, all difficulties, all resistances, and all fears that we have, so that we can actually be courageous, so that we can actually overcome obstacles and find the mental clarity and confidence to be able to burn through whatever stands in the way of ourselves really becoming the best version of our own self. When we need to burn through any clouds of confusion that may be layering our mind and causing us to feel kind of like we're in a malaise, then it's Goddess Chandraganta we really need to call upon. We need fire to cut through clouds of earth and water elements. We need the fire to be able to feel a lot of different things. Having a healthy Agni, or a healthy fire, and a healthy digestion per Ayurveda gives you a whole host of benefits for your overall well-being. Having a healthy fire gives you joy. It actually makes you feel happiness. When we're not able to digest our food, we actually don't feel joyful. We feel kind of down emotionally. We feel sad. We feel kind of like we're unable to move. When we have a healthy fire, it gives us a sense of enthusiasm. It gives us cheerfulness. It gives us a healthy color to our skin. It gives our complexion a beautiful glow. When we have a healthy digestive fire, it gives us mental clarity, and it gives us the ability to practice discernment between which choice is going to bring me happiness and which one is going to cause me sorrow. This presence of a healthy fire is really what ultimately dispels the darkness of depression, of denial, of the delusions that we have that cause us to do things that hurt us, even though we know better. We just can't do better. And the reason is because we have this kind of inertia. In the Vedic psychology, which informs Ayurveda, there are these 3 different qualities of the mind. One quality is this quality of inertia. It's called tamas, and it's connected with darkness, depression, and denial. It's responsible for unconscious behaviors, and it can even cause us to have addictions and even criminal activities come when we're operating out of this particular aspect of the mind. Another aspect of the mind is called rajas. Rajas is connected with movement. It's connected with action, passion, motion, activity. When we have too much of this rajas quality in the mind, we feel like we're really moving, but we're anxious, we're confused, we're all over the place, and we're not really enjoying our lives, even though we may be very productive and achieving a lot of things. What we want to have, and what we actually have truly as our true nature, is the 3rd quality of the mind, which is known as sattva. Sattva comes from the root Sanskrit word sat, which means truth. The true quality of your mind is to be pure, is to be calm, is to be peaceful and balanced and clear and discerning. This is the quality of the mind that we wish to evoke with having a healthy fire. When we have a healthy fire, we can really shine like the sun. The sun is a beautiful example of a healthy fire. We want our sun of our digestion and of our 3rd chakra to be of a healthy, shining kind, not a kind that's going to devour us and going to eat away at our physical body and cause us to feel always hungry and never satiated. We don't want to have too low of a fire that we can never feel like we're hungry, and we don't want to have such a variable fire. We want it to be in a balanced state. When we talk about the seasons, because this is the time of the year when the heavy earth and water elements are present, we need more fire to balance this heaviness. That means this is the time of year when you want to really feed the goddess within your solar plexus more heating foods. What is more heating for you is going to be relative to what you can handle and to what you might have been eating in the previous season. This is the time when we want to embrace more green vegetables, and we want to have more things that have a natural pungent taste to them, that have more of a bitter taste to them and an astringent taste to them, because all of these three tastes really balance out the earth and water elements of the kapha dosha. This is the time for spinach, for kale, for broccoli, for asparagus, and all of these wonderful green vegetables. When we're thinking of making some dietary changes to really live in alignment with the rhythms of the season per Ayurveda, it really helps to look at food as a friend, and look at it as a friend that you feed yourself in order to satisfy the sacred fire of your own digestion. When we think about our understanding of our life experiences, of information, of our feelings, and of our digestion of our food, it's all related to how well we break down what we physically take in through our mouth, as well as through all of our five senses. Therefore, it's so important to really screen what it is you're taking in through your ears, through your eyes, through your nose, and especially through your skin and through your mouth. This is the time to spice up your life and enjoy having more heating spices if you can tolerate them, like black pepper, like ginger, like fenugreek seeds are another great example. Mustard seeds are really wonderful to incorporate for the spring season. All of these have a healthy fire element in them. They have that sun quality to them, which will help to bring about a lot of mental clarity in our minds, provided we don't overdo them. This is also the time to evoke the fire element by getting more exercise. Moving your body and not being so sedentary is going to really help you to feel a lot lighter and happier and stronger during this time. This is an excellent time to do more heavy-duty exercise, to do more vigorous workouts, to do cardio, to, if you want to run a marathon, this is a perfect time to actually run a marathon, provided you've trained for it enough. This is the time of year to also embrace different kinds of dry scrubs. Instead of oiling the body, because oil also carries the qualities of fire and, of water in it especially, we want to actually try to use some dry scrubs to be able to create friction on the skin, which will help to detox and cleanse any dead skin cells that we have, and help to bring up our inner fire of our enthusiasm, as well as even our physical hunger, which is a manifestation of the fire. You can literally even just take a scrub, and actually literally just scrub your body with a dry scrub. You can also use an Ayurvedic herb like triphala, for example, to be able to scrub your body and really cleanse away any of those dead skin cells. This is really symbolic of what is happening in the atmosphere at this time. We want to allow the stagnation of the winter and all of the oldness of the last season to fall away and reveal to us something fresh and new, to allow the new flowers of the spring season to grow with the presence of the fire element, which will really allow our radiant vitality to grow and to shine from within. So I just wanted to share these few practices with you from the ancient tradition of Ayurveda to support you to have a really happy and healthy spring season. I also would love to invite you, if you're interested, to join me and a wonderful community of people from all over the world online for our Wellness Ambassador program. We meet every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and every week we have a new journey with a new god or goddess from one of the world's traditions, and we take all of the rich and deep Ayurvedic concepts and really slowly digest them and focus on applying them to our lives so that we can feel the power of transformation that brings us closer to our true nature as this shining light of the sun that is within us as our true potential. It's been such a fun adventure. In the first month of the program, we have open enrollment, so you can join us anytime. You can drop in for a class, or you can decide to join for 3 months or for the whole year. All the classes are recorded, and it's just been a lot of fun. Today we did our first cook-along class, first of many more to come, and it's just been such a joyful experience that I would love to welcome you to.